November 4th, 2021. Halfcast 177, episode 177. Let's go. Happy Thursday, you guys. I hope everyone's day went well. Of course, I have a few things to share with you. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Missing Georgia teen found in New York closet was allegedly lured by stranger met through online video game. And we've had these stories way too often, especially now that a lot of things are being done more online. People are meeting more online. We're having people posing to be children, peers, or posing to be friends, parents, teenagers. If you're listening, anybody who's interacting with people online, always be very careful of who you talk to. We've had articles of people interacting with people over a period of long amounts of time, like months, years, a year. Had a guy posed to be this boy's friend for a year just so he could meet him and kill him. These people are patient, and they just bear ill will towards you. Please be careful, parents. If you see a pattern of your child starting to talk to like one individual person for extended periods of time, maybe it's nothing, but maybe it's not. Yeah, who's that? Who's you speaking to? I see you have a friend. I see you're spending a lot of time online talking to him or talking to her, because whoever's on the other side of that line, there's a strong possibility that it's not the person that who they are saying they are. A missing Georgia teenager who investigators say was lured away from his home by a suspect he met playing online video games was located by the FBI 5 days later, hiding in an upstate New York closet. Jahan Zorian Fuller, a 16-year-old with autism, was located on Tuesday, according to an announcement by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, which had been searching for the missing teen who investigators said was last seen leaving his home in Dodge County. And the scariest thing, I say this all the time, the scariest thing is that the heaviest feeling on someone's heart is to see your loved one for the last time. You don't know it's the last time that they're going to walk in or out of the door on October 27th. He was believed to have left out of his own volition, the sheriff's office said when he was first reported missing. And he was a 16-year-old child with autism, and children with autism are there are cases when they are self-sufficient. They can do a lot by themselves, but also if you talk to somebody for an extended period of time, these predators, what I want to say is these predators, people know who to target. They know who is a little bit more impressionable. They know who to be patient with. They know who just needs to be nudged in the right direction to get them into the into trouble, into harm's way. His father, Dion Fuller, told investigators he woke up around 4 a.m. to find Jahan, who has the mental capacity of a 10-year-old, was gone. And you think the person that he was chatting with online didn't pick up on this? Of course he picked up on this. That's what these people, they bank on that, because Fuller does not easily speak with strangers. He has no friends and mostly plays video games on his PlayStation. Family immediately suspected someone had lured him away from Douglasville. FBI agents later located Fuller hiding in a closet inside a home in Eastchester, New York, located in Westchester County, about 20 miles north of Manhattan. His mother, LaShonda Collins, told Fox 5 DC. Collins said the suspect had developed an online relationship with her son, which somehow went undetected despite her making an effort to monitor his online activity. Well, it could have been worse. Mark Valente was taken into custody. They got the bastard in New York and is awaiting extradition to Georgia. Though the investigation, we found out he met someone on the game system. Douglas County Sheriff's Captain Trent Wilson told Fox 5 DC that person came from New York to get him and take him back to New York with him. These people are sick. Detectives managed to track down Fuller after his brother received strange Instagram messages from a day after the autistic teen went missing. One text message supposedly written by Fuller said, "I'm headed west to get an easier job since the South has higher poverty rates. I saved up cash secretly. Tell mom and dad I'm fine." But his mother insisted Jahan has never had a job. That doesn't, when you know your brother, you know your sister, you know your family, when you know people and you're that close to them and you talk to them for a long time, you know when a text message doesn't sound like something that doesn't sound like something he would say. That doesn't sound like something she would say. Yeah, his family also provided Fox 5 with a copy of a handwritten note supposedly left by Jahan that read, "I'm going west to improve my life by finding work." A 16-year-old kid, no, it's not gonna go too far from the refrigerator, let alone travel out west. I'm glad this turned out to be like not it's a horrible story, but it's a cautionary tale, if nothing else. But I'm glad that this boy was okay. Boston student 16 accused of knocking her principal unconscious. And you know I do not condone the violence, but since I laughed so hard when that teacher that won the award last week beat up that student that was trolling her on her Instagram page, I think this is the universe trying to set the balance for me being biased. That was hilarious. Now, a 16-year-old Boston student was arrested after allegedly knocking her school principal's dick in the dirt. No, it didn't say that. A 16-year-old, let's be adults. A 16-year-old Boston student was arrested after allegedly knocking her school principal unconscious in a very violent attack during dismissal. Or it's just like the last day of school. They treated her like a student. Like, I can't wait when school 3 o'clock high. When school get out, I'm gonna knock you the hell out. On Wednesday, what did the principal do? Report said witnesses told police the teen punched Principal Patricia Lampron in the head and attacked another staff member. Anybody could get it at the upper campus of the Dr. William W. Henderson K through 12 inclusion school in the city's Dorchester neighborhood. See, here we have Jersey in this school district here. I can only speak for where I am. We have grades, what, pre-K through 8th grade? So K all the way through 12. Them kids are too goddamn big for you to all be in the same building in the first place. You got to break it up a little bit. Before the assault, the student told Lampron, "Yeah, somebody got to get waved up." Now, I mean, before the assault, the student told Lampron and the other school employee to stop following her, according to witnesses. "This incident is disturbing and completely unacceptable. We want to be clear. Violence of any kind is not tolerated and will not be tolerated in Boston public schools." Lampron was reportedly unconscious for several minutes before she was. I'm sorry. Yeah, can you see the other teachers in the break room smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee? Like, it couldn't be me. They in there saying it couldn't be me. I would have knocked that little girl the fuck out. The student was detained. Yeah, they say that's why I don't play with these kids. You know that all the teachers are all gathered around the break room saying, "See, that's why I don't play with these grown ass kids. They talk, they hot, they think they grown." The student was, yeah. The student was, you give them an inch, and next thing you know, they're knocking you the fuck out. The student was detained by a pair of school safety officers before police arrived. If you like the show, subscribe and comment. Let me know you rocking with your boy. Democratic candidate's daughter pleads guilty to $300,000 COVID relief fraud. And I think I can make a playlist on so far how many lawmakers are getting caught up in all types of like just for real. Like, and it's not even, first off, my child, I'm running for office. I'm in politics, and you're doing the one thing that they're gonna pick up on, where there's like, they're following all types of money that's around me. And you, of all people, the daughter of a Florida U.S. Congress candidate pled guilty to having received $300,000 in COVID-19 relief loans by submitting fraudulent information. I told you to get a part-time job. I didn't tell you to do this. Jesus. You could have got Damara Holness, 28, daughter of congressional candidate Democrat Dale Holness, appeared at a federal court in Fort Lauderdale on Wednesday, where she faced serious allegations. There, Holness told Judge Rodolfo Ruiz she would plead guilty to fraudulently obtaining hundreds of thousands of dollars that had been intended to help small businesses survive the corona pandemic. How much you want to bet she didn't own a business at all? That it wasn't just a little I missed a comma here, or I missed the address, or I put something wrong, that she just completely falsified everything to the point where there was no way that this could be a mistake, that this is clearly intentional. She's trying to rip off the government. How much you want to bet? According to the Department of Justice, DOJ, Holness admitted she applied for a $300,000 forgivable federally guaranteed paycheck protection program loan for her company, Wholeness Consulting Inc. It added to justify the requested amount. Wholeness claimed in the online application and through supporting fraudulent payroll tax forms that her company employed 18 people and spent an average of $120,000 each month on payroll. Here we go. But it was later discovered Wholeness Consulting Inc. had no employees and no payroll expenses. The business probably existed only in name itself. It was probably just a name. Once the money, once the money landed in Wholeness's account on July 2020, BBLs, mimosas, and Hawaii trips, she allegedly spent months fabricating a paper trail to make it appear the company did in fact have employees and was spending the money on approved expenses. Oh, the DOJ statement continued. Wholeness issued checks from the company bank account made out to others who agreed for a fee to help with the fraud. Yeah, because we got to wash this money. This money is like, yeah, you can't just let it sit. You got to show that you're spending it on your business. Following Wholeness's instructions, the people who received the checks would endorse and return them to her. During the time of the alleged fraud, Wholeness served as president of the Broward County Democratic Black Caucus. Make us look bad out here, sweetheart. Wholeness will be sentenced. What wouldn't be the worst anybody else did since this whole shit happened. Wholeness will be wouldn't be sentenced over the charge of conspiring to commit wire fraud on January 20th, 2022. Should Wholeness be convicted, she faces upwards of 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. They're gonna fine her. She's not gonna do no fucking prison time. This is what I really believe, that it's a victimless crime. Nobody got hurt. They're gonna talk shit. It's a bad smudge on her family's whatever, on her paperwork that says this happened within your household, within your circle of people closest to you. But I don't think that girl is gonna go. Yeah, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security CARES. That's what it means. Corona Aid, Relief, and Economic Security CARES Act was designed to give emergency assistance to Americans who suffered financially during the COVID-19 pandemic. DNA on beer cans lead to arrest in 1996 cold case murder. A Florida man stabbed 73 times. And if I was stabbing a man 73 times, my DNA would be on a few beer cans too, because that sounds like some damn thirsty work. Florida officials announced that how are you not tired after how are you not tired after the first three stabs and you suck that first cold one back and you're just like, oh fuck this. Yeah, I'm not 73 times. What did this person? Florida officials announced on Thursday, a breakthrough arrest in the 1996 cold case murder of a man who was brutally stabbed 73 times. 73 times. Do you know how? Yo, thanks to DNA found on several beer cans, his thirsty work. Terrence Paquette, 31, who was found murdered on February 3rd, 1996, in the bathroom of the Little Champ convenience store on Clarkona Okio Road in Orlando. What? Where he worked. His throat was slit and cash was missing from the store. The Orange County Sheriff's Office said Sheriff John Mina described the murder scene as gruesome during a press conference. He said the blood from someone who wasn't Paquette was found all over the store, but officials couldn't find a DNA match. The case remained unsolved for 25 years until advances in genetic genealogy helped investigators hone in on the suspect, 54-year-old Kenneth Robert Stowe Jr. Genetic genealogy, and I'm not trying to float away here, but what they've done to this, they've helped solve cold cases because someone's, I don't know, someone's granddaughter, someone that killed somebody 30, 40 years ago, and their granddaughter goes to get a swab or something like that, and the DNA pings, and like, yeah, and it matches. Yeah, it's really interesting. Paquette's case was reopened in 2003, and the DNA from the crime scene was entered into the FBI's combined DNA index system, also known as CODIS, but without any matches. In 2019, a cold case unit at the sheriff's office was formed, and investigators began to re-examine Paquette's death. From there, officials built a family tree from the sample, which narrowed the search for the suspect down to the siblings. Yeah, they was doing this. We take the sample from the lab. We have a vendor turn it into a data file that can be uploaded and to two public genetic genealogy websites, Family Tree and GEDmatch.com. Investigators then looked into those brothers and honed in on Kenneth Stowe, just filled in the blanks. Yeah, just filled in the blanks on a good old family tree there, who previously worked at the store and lived across the street from the shop in 1996. And that's how they caught him. That is incredible. That is incredible. Pennsylvania pharmacist, 81, allegedly traded drugs for sexual favors. Because I'm trying to scratch it all off my bucket list, baby. An octogenarian pharmacist in Pennsylvania turned himself over to police Monday after authorities alleged he traded drugs for sexual favors numerous times in a repulsive breach of his ethical responsibilities to the small town community he served. He definitely served the hell out of them. To the fact that if you've done it so many times that you feel disgusting, that you got to turn yourself in, you've definitely sold your royal 81-year-old oats in spades. Martin Bryan, 81, was the owner and operator of the Murray Oberhill Pharmacy and Media, a town located about 20 miles from Philadelphia, until it closed in June 2021. He was just going, I got pills for thrills, baby. They say do something strange for some change. I got pills for thrills. The Delaware County District Attorneys. And you get that, man. You got an 81-year-old man with an unlimited supply of Viagra. Brian was described as a rogue pharmacist. A rogue pharmacist That's what you call a neighborhood drug dealer, right? Like, who chose to actively contribute to the scourge of addiction. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That many families in the area were grappling with amid the opioid epidemic. They couldn't get him out the paint. They couldn't. 81 years old. He's slanging dick and pills. Yeah. Yeah. He is the 18-year-old of today. In doing so, sorry, he allowed his need for sexual gratification to override any sense of personal or professional responsibility to the community. What made him give himself up? Delaware County District Attorney Jack Stolzheimer said his actions risked the life of every individual receiving these illicitly obtained drugs. Using the term illicitly very loosely, the investigation into Brian began after media police acted on an anonymous tip on April 18th and found two people passed out inside a car parked behind a pharmacy. Oh, you're getting sloppy. You got a cop and bop. After they get their shit, they gotta go. You can't have them laying around. Please do not deal in drugs. While police worked to identify the individuals, a woman came out the back of the pharmacy and quickly went back inside. He was in there spotting that Brian then exited the store and spoke to the police. Yeah, tucking his pants into his goddamn fixing his belt, walking out. Can I help you, officer? When officers questioned Brian and the woman separately, they found inconsistencies in their stories. A search warrant was then obtained for the woman's cell phone, on which investigators found numerous text messages from Brian on how to respond to the officer's questions. Jeez. You gotta culture. You can't culture over the phone, man. On April 20th, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration conducted an audit on the pharmacy, analyzing its inventory over the previous 5 years. The agency found substantial discrepancies in the pharmacy's inventory of oxycodone, Xanax, and fentanyl. My pal, fentanyl. The investigation found that Brian's pharmacy was the largest purchaser of oxycodone, fentanyl, and related drug products in the local zip code. Authorities also found out about $50,000 cash inside a drawer in a pharmacy. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Drugs. These are the new prescription pills, are the new prescription drug carriers, are the new drug dealers. They are the new, yeah. When DA agents interviewed the woman again, authorities said she admitted to meeting Brian weekly to get money and controlled substances in exchange for sex acts. Whoa. Fun show, fun show, fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications to catch this ride with me next time. And I'll talk to you very, very soon. Adios.